W&J's Handy Dad here, and today we're going to change the oil in the 2017 Dodge Grand Caravan. I always open the filler cap before I start, one to make sure that I can refill it, of course, and number two, I think it helps it drain quicker to have this open. Grand Caravan with the 3.6 liter says that it uses 6 quarts, 5W20, and unlike all of the other vehicles I've ever worked on, the oil filter on this one is right here, and it's one of these new filters that doesn't have the metal outer part of it. In other words, if you see me change the Crown Vic and the Charger and stuff, they have the metal oil filter that screws on. This one, it's just the inside portion that you're changing. So I've got her up on the wheel ramps, and I'm going to climb under, find where the drain plug is, and start draining. Alright, there's the drain plug. It's a 1/2-inch size bolt, so you need a 1/2-inch socket. 13mm is also acceptable for 1/2-inch. And just to give you an idea of where that is, you see there's the passenger front tire, and then it's just right there. Now once it's to the point where there's just drips coming out, I mean, if you have the patience, you can sit here until literally no drips come out. But at this point, you've changed the bulk of the oil. So I'm going to go ahead and call this drained. Raise this up. You always want to hand thread the drain bolt on there so that it's not cross-threaded. Put it on with a impact wrench or something. Obviously you can do a lot of damage. Now they don't specify a torque setting in the owner's manual, so I'm just going to hand torque this down. Alright, so with that, we're done underneath the vehicle. Now we just need to address the filter and then refill. To remove the filter cover, you need a 15/16 socket. And you see it comes out all as one piece. Let any residual oil drain into your drain so that you can recycle it. The other thing is there's an O-ring on here that needs to be replaced. Because I have a new O-ring, I'm going to go ahead and use a screwdriver, even though that's going to damage this one. They do specify a torque setting on there, which is kind of nice. It says 25.5 Newton meters. I'm going to use 520 full synthetic, 5 quarts, and up to a quart of Marvel Mystery Oil for my 6th quart. I say up to because obviously when you change oil, you don't necessarily always get all of it out. There may be a little tiny bit left over. The new filter, I'm using an EcoGuard X10040. Just pops in there, and then it comes with a new O-ring, which just slides over. It needs to be in that area right there. And then, just like any other oil filter, you need to lubricate that with clean motor oil before you install. And there. And then this is ready to install. slide this in here. It's a very tight fit. And then start hand threading until you can't turn anymore. And clearance is going to be an issue here. You may have to remove this air hose just to get in here, which that's really a poor design. Alright, with that detached, it works better with the extension. And just slide the air hose back on. Tighten the clamp. So for next time, I'm going to remove that before I start, because that does make it easier to get into here. These are the things you learn when, you know, it's the first time you're doing something as a do-it-yourselfer. So I try to take notes so that when I do it again, it's easier and easier each time. And then the fillet procedure that I use is I will normally put the bulk of the oil in right off the bat. So in this case, with a 6-quart capacity, I'll go ahead and put 5 quarts in. And then, like in this case where it's a 6-quart and I've put in 5 quarts, I'll go ahead and put in approximately a half a quart of whatever other oil I'm using, whether it's more 5W20 or whether I'm doing the Marble Mystery Oil like I am now. Then the important part, make sure you put the cap on before you start the engine. Then I'll start the car, get it on a level surface, and then check the dipstick and top it off accordingly. Okay, I've started the car, moved it to a level surface. First you want to remove the dipstick and wipe it clean. And if you look under dipstick, there's a line there that's basically full. There's a line there that's a quart low, and anything in between there is a safe. Now you'll notice on here we're actually right at the bottom of the safe. So putting the rest of the Marble Mystery Oil should be the right amount. Now we are almost to the top. And of course, recycle your oil. Take it to most auto parts stores. I just pour it back into the bottle that I used to fill up the car.